Welcome back, dude and dudettes, to another wild episode of Send It Mate. We're here to talk about all things hunting and outdoors. And today, we've got something that'll keep your gear running smoother than a dingo's getaway.
That's right. Our show is brought to you by High Caliber, the gun and knife oil company that knows how to keep your firearms and blades in tip-top shape.
High Caliber is like the secret sauce for hunters, anglers, and outdoorsy folk everywhere. It's like the magic potion that makes your gun and knives happier than a dog with two tails.
You know, guys, I've been using High Caliber oil for a while now, and let me tell you, it's the duck's nuts. My rifle practically sings a lullaby when I take it out hunting.
And speaking of lullabies, ever tried sneaking up on a deer with a squeaky gun? It's a prime way to end up with no venison in the freezer. You'll be hungrier than a vegan at a bacon festival.
Absolutely. But with High Caliber oil, your gun will be quieter than a ninja in moonlight. You'll be stalking your prey with the grace and stealth of a mountain lion.
High Caliber doesn't just keep things quiet, it also prevents rust and corrosion, so you won't find your gear looking like it spent a season at the bottom of a creek.
That's right, and for you knife enthusiasts out there, High Caliber has got you covered too. Your trusty blade will slice through anything smoother than butter on a hot biscuit.
So, folks, don't let your gear become a rusty, squeaky mess. Head on over to highcaliber.com.au and grab a bottle of their oil today.
And if you use the code SENDITMATE at checkout, you'll get a special discount. I say again, use the code SENDITMATE for all your oil slick, stealthy hunting needs.
Thanks to High Caliber, you'll be sending it in style and silence.
So, gear up, oil up, and send it, mate. High Caliber, the ultimate oil for the ultimate hunter.
Yo, my gangsters! What is crack-a-lackin'? And one of us is coming to you from abroad. We are Send It Mate Podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Caleb.
Go fuck yourself.
No, I'm Couchy.
Why are you laughing?
From abroad. He's coming
From
to us from a
abroad.
correctional facility, actually.
Yeah,
He's locked up.
I don't think you'd call it abroad, but anyway.
Fucking hell.
Come
do
on,
you know what
Queensland,
abroad, do you know what
that's what it
abroad
is.
means?
It is.
Do you know what abroad means?
Yeah, he's coming a lot far a fucking place away, all right?
Nah, abroad's overseas. But anyway.
Nah, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself. It was a good intro.
No.
He,
Kind of like
okay.
candles.
He does look like he's coming to us from prison, actually, just based on his attire and just general demeanour right now.
Prison.
Yeah,
Just
prison.
just a small enclosed room.
Small room, and he's got the wife beater
Yeah.
on. He's got the Southern Cross tats out.
No, the wife beat is more of a blue singlet, yeah.
It-
It's coming
That's how
out.
I perceive
It's
it.
coming black. It looks like a wife beater from you.
Yeah. No, he's saying a true wife beater is a blue singlet, whereas he's wearing a black
Correct.
singlet.
No,
Yeah.
I reckon it's blue, black, or white. Like,
I think
doesn't
it's
matter.
just a skin tight singlet, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It's not skin tight. It's not a Josh singlet, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's
it's
a
not
fair
skin
comment.
tight at the top. It's certainly skin tight around the waist.
Fuck you, Josh. It's not.
That wasn't even a thinly veiled insult. That was just a fool. You're a fat cunt.
And speaking about the tattoo, if we have any tattooists listening to us, hit me up. I want to get a 3/4 sleeve done, and I need someone I can trust. So, not saying I can trust every
This
tattoo.
sounds like
but,
our ad
hit
for
me up.
oil. I need something else. I need someone I can trust. You're always asking for somebody you can trust, and then you never go through with it. I'm just going to run a request for a tattoo artist for a year, then see what happens.
Yeah, go for it. Just give it a crack.
What are you going to get apart from our portrait?
Nah, it's going to be hunting related,
Send a mate logo.
but fuck, how much he's going to pay me if I do it? I'll do it.
Nothing. Why would we
It's
pay you?
advertisement.
Only if you change
Fucking
your name.
high-end billboard.
Not on your body, and if it is, it's attracting the wrong person.
You have to change your name by Depol as well.
Change my name.
Yeah. To send it mate.
What's that? Oh, okay.
Change your name
No.
and get the tattoo.
No. That's not advertisement. That's fucking ownership then.
How,
We own your ass.
what does hunting related tattoo look like for you?
Well, I'm not really sure exactly what it's going to look like. I just want it to resemble hunting of some sorts. So I haven't got a really design in my head yet.
Like a couple deer and a rifle or some.
Nah, it's not going to be rifles, but definitely going to be deer. So,
Oh, so you want a nature themed tattoo? Maybe a pretty flower or some shit.
yeah, some watercolor.
Would it be colour
Wait,
or
have you-
black and white?
Or have you seen some of the watercolor tattoos though? They actually do kind of look pretty cool.
Yeah, man. The only
Yeah.
problem is they fade, but when they first are done, they look stunning. What
Yeah,
about
they do.
you're looking for a tattoo artist? What about if Caleb and I tattoo you, but it's the same tattoo, he does half and then I'll do the other?
I would
I
recommend.
don't
you
think I
get,
trust that.
I recommend you get Two-Face from Batman. Then I can do the good half, and he can do the fuck half. then it actually makes sense.
It'd just be stick figure deer.
Wait, talking about drawing. So this week I was having to draw some horses.
Some
wow.
horse. He drew some horse.
Just some horses, yeah.
You're reliving Titanic. Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack.
I was drawing some horses, right?
Some horses, yeah.
For anatomy, and I had to draw so many that I ended up doing stick figure horses just for time saving.
Oh man, there is so much context we have to bring to so many things. Couchy's not with us. You're drawing stick figure horses. Fuck, we got to pull this together. And
You're living the good life at the beach.
yeah, it's been a week. Fuck. All right. Well, just so everyone knows straight off the bat, we are raw dogging this episode. There's no editing, so you are hearing it as it goes down.
Good luck, everybody.
So the pee breaks will be kept in.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. No, that'd be live. That'd be live.
All right. So let's circle back. You're in Queensland for work.
Yes.
I'm here.
I'm here with you as well.
Josh is here with
It's
me.
a great observation.
Josh has been in WA for the last week doing horse-related things.
Horse, not
There's been a lot going on.
Fuck.
Yeah, it has.
It's been a lot on. So, yeah, fuck, who wants to get into what they've been doing first?
All right. Well, I might as well get into mine because it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than Josh's. So, I'm up here in Queensland. I'm actually in Redcliffe, but yeah, I'm up here for work. So just helping out a sister company of ours on a Moxie and Dozer. So it's just a bit of quarry work,
What the
which
fuck
is
a
something different.
What is a Moxie?
A Moxie is pretty much it's like a dump truck, but different. So it articulates from the center. It's kind of like a front end loader if you don't know what a Moxie is. And they're actually quite nimble. Like they can turn around in places probably Josh's full drive couldn't. So,
That's not hard.
Yeah, it's a lot of scope.
but yeah, so this the machine's gross weight is 76 ton.
Bloody hell.
I'm sure there's bigger Moxies about, but like compared to a dumpy, where a dumpy can hold, well, gross ton's probably like 130 ton. These are quite smaller compared to that, but they're pretty nimble and they're actually a decent machine to drive. So yeah. And then second machine's a Dozer. It's a Komatsu 155, pretty sure. So it's the equivalent to a D8. But yeah, so just carting a bit of dirt and pushing a bit of dirt around. So yeah.
Do you ever get bored?
Chilled work.
And like try
The
to get
Dozer-
skids or
nah,
some
the-
shit?
Nah, because it's in like a quarry sort of situation. So they're pretty hell bent on a bit of safety. So if you get found fucking up, then you're out.
But if it's in a quarry, there's less people to get hurt. So you may as well
Yeah.
fuck around.
As opposed to
Yeah.
where?
Like,
But if
I
you
don't know,
roll,
doing it
if
in
you
like-
roll a machine, or just, if you roll a machine or you slide into something and damage shit, then there's like occupational health and safety and all that's come in as well. So no incidences is good. So
deny, mate. Denial is not just a river in Egypt, bro. Like, just deny it. Blame it on the new kid or some shit. That's what I'll do.
I don't think anyone wants any sort of scrutiny on them from Oc Health and Safety.
Bloody hell. Oh, how's it going up there?
So, yeah.
Like, the weather's obviously way better than what it is.
Well, it's
down
obviously
here.
hot given the wife beater situation.
well, it was quite warm today. I think it's cooled down now, but it's still comfortable in a singlet and shorts. But The weather up here is heaps better than down south, at least when I was there before I left. But yeah, I'm not sure what the weather's like now, but I think it's like 24 here at the moment. Not now, but today.
Okay, so you're in Brisbane. You got good weather. Have you been fishing yet?
I haven't been fishing, no.
Why the fuck not?
Hunting.
Hunting.
Well, being a state that's got no public land, I wouldn't mind going hunting. Haven't got my rifles there. But if anyone has any public land, then let's go hunting.
Oh, no, you're not allowed to do it
I
by
don't think
yourself.
anyone's going to have public land. Like no private citizen is
yeah.
going to have public land just quietly.
No,
I
public,
might,
not public
please.
land. So yeah, private land. That's,
See, if we were
Yeah,
editing, I
hunt
could have
on,
got you to fix that up.
but I'm fucked. But yeah, so no fishing, gosh.
No fishing yet, mate.
Unfortunately, no
what are
fishing
you
yet.
doing? Where are your priorities? Dead set.
What do you fucking do at night?
And you're 100 metres from the beach, mate.
Actually, don't answer that. I've lived life on the road. You get back to your hotel room,
Yeah.
there's not much to do, but fucking
Yeah, you don't want to edit. You can't edit this out, Caleb. So
yeah, I know.
we'll just leave it as
Just leave it to the imagination.
But the days are like 12 hours away. So
So you got another 6 hours of doing stuff and then 6 hours for sleep. So what are you doing?
just fucking Netflix, man. Just chilling. So
There's a very famous clip of the Australian cricket team when they're overseas, and there's like one of the players is going into each of the rooms, like interviewing his teammates, and he goes into, I think it's Moses Enrique's room, and he's got his laptop poised on the bed, clearly looking like he's up to no good. It's like, what are you doing, bro? He's just, just a bit of Spotify. it's an iconic clip, and you can tell he was just checking out something he wasn't supposed to.
And that's the most interesting part about cricket ever to have been told.
oh yeah, have you been watching the cricket, Caleb?
Before I went away, I was watching a bit. Yeah, I don't actually know what's going on for the last 2 days. I've been away, so
Well, it seems like we got it in the bag. I've seen I'm not sure if it's finished last night or they've got another day. So
okay.
Australia's in pretty good control. It's good.
Okay. Well, it's actually a six-day test. We're talking about the world
6 days. 6 days of sleeping straight.
Fuck off. We're talking about the World Test Championship. There's one last test between Australia and India to decide who's the best test playing nation. And there's actually a 6-day test as opposed to a 5.
But no one cares.
It's not going to go. Plenty of.
So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing with the nights, Josh, is staying up watching the cricket.
Oh,
be honest.
my
You saved yourself,
God.
mate.
I would have much preferred if you were staying up, like cranking it. That would have been way more of an interesting story.
You can't multitask.
Over cricket.
Oh, man.
You're watching the cricket out of one eye and Pornhub on the other. And
Nah, I draw the line there, man. That's a boner killer. You can't have fucking Steve Smith going touching his box 20 times and then have a crank.
and then you're touching your box.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't work.
Start to doubt your own sexuality.
Oh, man. Is it getting old?
Steve Smith is a fiend, though,
Yeah,
for that.
Yeah. He's terrible. He's such a fidget at the crease. Josh is just giving us blank looks. Anyway, is it getting old being in a hotel room or Airbnb every day? You haven't got your own shit around you all the time?
Like, yeah, I guess it's sort of, I can't hook up Netflix to the TVs and shit like that, so I can't watch what I'd normally watch at home. So that's kind of a shit spot. But yeah, sort of not being in your own actual space is probably getting old for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
So,
Screw that.
yeah.
Stuff that, man. The older I get, the more I want my own space. And not that I have a lot of stuff, but my stuff. I don't know. Not that I use my stuff.
The older I get, the more I want my own space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, being young, you didn't mind, being in everyone's pocket 24 hours a day.
I wanted out, like, as soon as possible, man. I wanted to get out of home as quick as I could.
Is this you
Yeah,
coming out?
I think being older, like, you could probably get away with not having your own space,
Really?
in my opinion. Yeah, for sure. Like, think about when you were 18, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Fucking, that's exactly when you wanted your own space when you're around then.
When he was 18, he had none of his own space. He's in the army. So he's just
He literally
surrounded by
was in someone's pocket.
He's surrounded by 50 dudes at all times.
Pretty much, man. Yeah. And I got used to it, but now having my own space, I'm sort of like, yeah.
I need more.
No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Well, you should just be single then.
Okay. In my own space has included my missus, okay? I like chilling with her. She's better to talk to than you two.
Oh, if I could do a podcast with her then, mate. Whatever. Go for it.
I'm the only one that does the talking there.
Yes. So, Josh, how's Perth been anyway?
Yeah, good. So went over to Perth to go to farrier school. So for those that don't know what that is, you basically shoe and trim horses.
Hooves.
Hooves, yeah.
Hooves.
So that's what I've been doing. It's what I plan to do for a stick, for a little while at least. And it was good, and I came back knowing way too much anatomy. And get this right. So Perth, typically when I think Perth, I think sunny days, the weather's kind of nice, all the rest of it. Get there, it didn't stop raining for 4 days, 4.5 days.
Yeah, well.
Oh, just absolutely pissing down. I'm like, this is terrible. And it was freezing. I think it got down to 4, not freezing, but it got down to 4 for the first few nights. And other than that, Perth wasn't much to look at, which surprised me as well.
I've never been, man. So you're not really selling it to me.
Well, the beaches are nice. The one beach that I got to see was lovely. But the rest of it, no. You know that fringe before it gets to desert? Like sort of like ironstone and then, red dirt and a bit deserty. It's like they live on that fringe. And that's
they live
what
on
it looks
the
like.
ocean, man, pretty much.
No, but I mean that's what what it looks like right up until the ocean is like that mild deserty look.
Were you in Perth itself?
No, I was south of Perth, so Serpentine, which I'm pretty sure no one's ever heard of Serpentine.
Serpentine or Tyne?
Serpentine.
Yeah, okay.
But it's kind of just weird. I didn't see one rabbit. We were out on a small farm, and didn't see one rabbit, didn't see one fox. Saw a couple of kangaroos, nowhere near as many as you would see in South Australia. I heard of people talking about having pigs and didn't see any. So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty uneventful and like coming into it as a mindset of, maybe we could go hunting here, minus the laws that are currently being thrown around there.
When we had Aaron on from Range Dirt, didn't he say something about there's really stuff all to hunt?
Well, even Jason from Hunt, Catch, Cook. There's another one you have to be careful with the fucking pronunciation of.
Catch, Cook.
Hunt, Catch, Cook. He pretty much hunts pigs, and that's it. That's all there is. No deer, just fucking pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we got an update on that? Wasn't there supposedly deer getting released into WA somewhere? Where did we hear that?
Released?
What? Released?
Unless I heard there was some deer population just actually popping up in WA. I thought you said it, Josh.
No, not released. Not that I know of.
Well,
there are deer in WA, but they're quite far and few between.
Okay. All right. It might have been just that then.
The highways were kind of good, having said that, in WA. So you got the coast and then inland a bit, you've got like a set of mountain ranges. Well, they're more like small hills, but then in between those two, there's like a parallel highways that run down. One closer to the mountain, the other closer to the beach. And then, so it's real simple driving. So easy.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
I have heard that their infrastructure and all that is actually well designed compared to other cities. So
It is, minus the airport. The airport, Adelaide's got the best airport in Australia, hands down. So easy. Simple. Just
it's small.
No mess.
It's tiny, that's why.
But is it easier just because you know it?
Nah.
Right.
It is just easy from a layout. Like Perth, they had the typical, there's terminals 3 and 4 one end, two and one the other, and then whatever else they've got in between. And it just doesn't flow. It doesn't really make sense. I'm sure if you looked at it from a bird's eye view, it probably makes sense. But driving through, I'm like, nah, this is just ridiculous.
Fair
enough.
No, I like Adelaide Airport. Like it's quite modern. It's been done up. It was under construction for fucking ever. Like all the stuff they've done. It's a hotel there. The parking's good. Like I can't complain. But it is tiny compared to like Sydney, Brisbane, or Melbourne. That's all I can comment on.
Yeah, but Melbourne's like a fucking like tunnels, or you don't even know where you're going. You're like, yeah,
tunnels.
Fucking speaking of airports, like I had to go because I got up here early, so I had to drive up to Brisbane, which took me 2 days.
That's a bitch of a drive, by the way.
Yeah, it sucked. It wasn't too bad after you get past Hay, but like around there, there's fucking nothing.
If only you had a good podcast to put on for the drive.
No, I couldn't find one, man. But yeah, so when I got up here, I had to pick up two of the other people that are working in the quarry as well. They flew in a few days later. But what I liked about Brisbane, I'm not sure if Adelaide has it or not, but there's a parking area that you can park in and wait until your guests are actually ready to be picked up. So you can wait in this car park. It's free for the first half an hour or whatever, and then wait for the call, and then you can cruise out and straight on the main sort of road bit, so you can just loop in. But I'm not sure if Adelaide has that, or they just use a servo as that.
Nah, you do the loop, the ring road, around and around and around until the flight.
Yeah, Adelaide, just go fucking park an IKEA for a bit.
Yeah.
Just there's an IKEA and a Bunnings. Just go in there, and then when you get the call, just zoom in.
Because when I was driving in, I'm looking for, because there's always that sort of loop back onto the entry point again to pick up people, so you can actually do that circle work. So I was driving in, sort of trying to take note of where that loop was, because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to do a few laps here. But yeah, once I got right up just before the pickup point, there was a little car park there that you can get a ticket and wait there for half an hour or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what I liked about it.
It's a good idea. I've done the pickup in Melbourne a few times, and there's like 2 different lanes you can go in, but they got people there. They're just like, wait, you've been here too long.
Oh, really?
Move along, please.
Yeah, I've picked up work colleagues there a few times and sort of waited there up to about half an hour if it's not busy.
Well, I ended up having to wait like 45 minutes, so I just exited the car park at 20 minutes, did a loop back into the other one, got another ticket.
Yeah. Because
fuck paying for it.
Should have just gone to the pub, had a few beers while we wait.
You heard of fucking work expenses, man? Claim that shit.
I got a card for work, but I could have just paid that.
So wait a second, you got a card for work and you're living down the road from Cleaver Firearms. Bruh.
Actually, went into Cleavy's the other day. So it was only a quick visit because I had to go to the airport. But the place was
sounds
like
sounds like you could have been there for an extra 45 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it got delayed. I didn't realise. But Cleavers, it was flat out when I was there, so I didn't want to stay in there too long. But it's a nice looking store. I'll have to go in there and actually take some photos and chuck them up.
Cool.
And maybe buy some shit.
Oh, yeah. It's just like what to buy. Like,
just see something and be like, oh.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. But probably have to look at the rangefinders, to be honest. About time I get one.
Actually, if you do that, ask me if they can do a deal on 2. If you're going to get the 4,000 or the Vortex, what is it, 4,000, and I'll go in the other one, definitely, if you can get a deal on it.
I'll try. Yeah. Send me what you want.
The Vortex 4,000.
Ah, okay. All right.
HD.
Yeah. No, I'll have a look. But it was good to get into the gun store where everyone talks about, and when you look online for something, you automatically go to Cleavers.
You do.
So they're pretty well renowned for that in Australia anyway.
And don't forget, next time you go in there, primers. And if you're driving back, buy as many as you can, large primers. I will pay for it. I don't care.
I'll definitely suss it out. But they're definitely not short of ammo either. And I didn't see where the primers were, but their ammo shelves were stocked.
Really?
So, yeah.
God damn it.
Which I think they're the first point of contact in Australia for importing.
Well, you probably want to stock up on some 308 ammo then anyway, because it's like hen's teeth in
Yeah,
Adelaide.
I'll be in that.
Again, I need to wait until I drive. I need to find a date when I drive back, and then I might be doing a bit of that.
Oh, you're flying back, aren't you?
I'm flying in between swings. Yeah, I'm flying back. So
when are you going to be driving back?
Swings.
swing. So they call it a swing. So I've come up
calls
here
it
for
a
10
swing?
days. Hey,
Isn't it a rotation?
no, man.
Who the fuck calls it swing? I've never heard anyone call it a swing.
Well, that's what got told to me before when I started this. So we call it a swing.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, so I'll fly back to Adelaide for 4 days, and I'll come back up again. It'll be when the ute's not needed up here. I'll drive home.
Yeah.
So once I find out that date, I might be able to do a bit of shopping then. But right now, I've got nowhere to store it, so there's no point.
Easy. Yeah, no, fair enough.
Can't we just order it online from Cleavers and get it sent down here, Josh?
Yeah,
I don't know about ammo actually, buying ammo.
because my delivery fee is going to be a lot higher.
Yeah, we'll sort that out later.
Yeah, we'll sort that out later.
Yeah.
Don't pay you.
Bloody hell.
Unless you provide
But
the
yeah,
terms and
anyway,
conditions.
so Perth, Josh, continue.
Oh, there wasn't much else to say. So, yeah.
Didn't we just get to the airport and that was it?
Yeah, pretty much. We've described fucking
Yeah.
Perth to us in detail, desert and a shit airport. What else is happening?
What the fuck were you doing in Perth?
Oh, learning how to trim and shoe horses, doing a bit of forge work, because you obviously, part of the requirements to get your qualification to become a farrier is you've got to make shoes from scratch and then trim a horse, then obviously put the shoe on the horse. So, yeah, the forge work, learning how to, or continue to learn how to make shoes from scratch, so, which is pretty good.
So for those listening, you've done a bit of it previously.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not completely flying blind here. You do sort of know what you're doing a little bit. So
Yeah.
this course gets you is this sort of like an intensive sort of thing to get you?
Oh, look, it
What does it
is.
get you?
So it's like 12-hour days pretty much, maybe a little bit longer some days. You typically wake up. There's 2 days in there where you like in the course. Now, having said this course goes for more than a week, but I'm doing it in week blocks. So there's 2 days a week where you go out and you go trimming and shoeing horses, and then you're back in the classroom and you're back in just learning your theory and anatomy and all that. And then you might do some forging work in the afternoon. And that's once again just learning how to shape shoes and pretty much bend steel. They will touch on later on how to make your own tools. That's a part of the course as well. So, your nippers or things like that, like your prickshaws or whatever. Yeah, you learn how to make. But I don't know how to jazz this up to make it sound interesting.
Well, you don't need to jazz it up, man. Just
It is
fucking tell us
interesting,
the
man.
story.
There's like fuck all farriers, I would assume.
There is.
So
There's
it's a bit
stuff.
of a niche thing to do. Well, we can sort of interview on the topic. Why? Because, I mean, horses I wouldn't have thought were your thing, but what got you sort of thinking about doing that in the first place?
No, well, a long time ago, I worked with a farrier and I enjoyed the work. I kind of loved it. I wanted to get a trade as a farrier, and that sort of fizzled out with him. And then this year I just started looking for guys that could give us any more experience and then come across the course. I was supposed to go to the States, or was going to go to a college in the States for 12 weeks straight, but they got back to us like 3 months after I'd emailed them. So, and in that time, obviously thinking that they weren't taking international students. And then I found this school in Perth. So I was like, oh, well, let's just go to Perth. And they're lovely people. They're awesome, like just sort of, very knowledgeable, very kind, hospitable people. So, yeah, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the cat's out the bag now. People know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we did allude to
Does
this
this-
crazy American trip a while ago on the podcast.
Well, it's still not out of the question long term, maybe in a couple of years, maybe not for the full 12 12 weeks, but you can do like your fits test, and there's 3. That's like your international farriers qualification, and there's 3 different tests within that. One's like a basic level, and then an intermediate level, and then a advanced level test. They're only run here every few years, so maybe going to States to sit my fits exam eventually. I'm nowhere near ready now. I've got to book. Man, I haven't studied since I was like 8, before 18. I've got this textbook I've got to study. I'm just like, yeah, no, this is this is fucked up.
Reading. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with any learning, man, if you're actually interested in the subject matter, it is so much easier.
It's fun. Like it's just fun to learn new shit. I think anyway.
Man.
Well, look, there's a bit of like Australian history or culture around horses anyway for a long, long time, with most cultures, obviously. But I've always wanted to take or do a horseback hunt in big high country for like 10 days or longer, even 30 days. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know,
I'm keen.
like learning how to shoe the horse would probably come in handy for something like that. So
The horse hunt sounds very Brokeback Mountain. That was my first thought.
But hang on, you should be into this because the horse does all the walking, mate. So it should be right down your alley. All you have to do is get those fucking tree trunk of legs over and straddle the horse, mate. That's all you've got to do.
Fair point.
I think that's probably the biggest struggle you're going to have, Caleb.
Yeah, fair point.
Maybe a bit of saddle rot in between, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't
Your dick's not that big, so it's not going to be much of an issue for you.
Custom saddle, man. It's all good. I must admit, like, since you've been doing it, I've been watching a few videos on YouTube of hoof-related.
Hoof care.
Well, yeah, hoof care. Not just fucking horses, but also cows as well. Like that's more sort of veterinary type stuff.
Yeah, that's
like
shit
when
boring.
they get abscesses and shit in their hooves.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I find it quite interesting when they're like, oh, this cow's lame, and then oh look, here's a problem area, and they start digging it out, and then this fucking pus just pours out of it.
Same with the horse, man.
I like that. So
But it's this tiny little pebble that's just made. It's just gone almost septic from that just stone. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But yeah, the horse stuff's I think a little bit more skill involved with, especially with the shoeing work and all that sort of gear. So
yeah, look, bending steel is pretty awesome. Like we all love hitting things as blokes. So, you know, just sitting there with a hammer smashing steel, you're like, oh, I'm a fucking child. And it's cool because you sort of like get back to that grassroots. Yeah. But to do it properly and actually shape a shoe, there's a fuckload of skill involved. Using the anvil right, where to strike your hammer, and then obviously forming that shape of the shoe. Like you've got to, you trim the foot and then you're pretty much building the shoe to shape the foot. So that can be very difficult because a lot of the time, especially at the start, you might bring in one branch of the shoe and then go to burn it on or fit it on, and you will have popped out the other branch or something, like your heels won't be tucked in on the shoe. So, you know, you got to go back to the anvil and sort of work it out. So there's a bit of back and forth, especially at the start, and learning how the anvil works. But once you're there, it's pretty simple.
I know what you're talking
How do you
about,
rate?
only because I've watched those videos.
How do you rate yourself making a shoe, Josh?
Actually, I'm surprisingly good, man, for where I'm at. I made quite a few shoes last week, and they were all pretty smick. Like, I was surprised because I'm not the best at making things. So I was like, yeah, all right, this fits. This is all right. So I'd probably say a 7 out of 10. Like,
Oof, that's high, man.
That good already. I'm gonna back myself.
Fair enough.
Because, all right, well, I'll get the rest of my tools and we'll do a day together, all three of us, and I'll see how you both go to start with, just straightening out a shoe. Because you learn a lot straightening out an old shoe. You learn a lot the way the steel bends, and like you'll be impatient because you won't let it heat up, or you heat up enough, I should say. You'll take it out the forge and you'll start hammering it, and the anvil draws the heat out like real quick because obviously the anvil's cold. And then suddenly it'll get tougher and tougher. So that's like one of your hurdles. The other hurdle is how do you straighten something that's almost a complete circle? Like it gets sort of a little bit difficult. I mean, you'd be able to figure it out and do it like a bastardized way of doing it, but you'll work harder to get the end result. Whereas there's simpler methods that you can do, work less to get a quicker result.
Oh, like with everything, it was just a bit of an experience. You sort of work out little shortcuts, I guess, or just the tips and tricks of actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's calming working with horses, man. And like
Calming.
It is. It's calming because, well,
Sorry.
it's calming and it's mixed with a little bit of danger.
Fucking little Asperger's cunt.
What?
You've got your special needs horse.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, it's like actually a thing that horses are
What do you
used
find of our
for
listeners?
therapeutic use.
Has Asperger's, you can't.
I'm sure plenty of our listeners have Asperger's. One of our fucking hosts of this podcast has Asperger's. Used to.
That's not very nice to talk about Shannon like that.
I'm talking about Ryan, dickhead.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Someone who actually had it.
No, well, it's calming, but
Calming.
there's also a bit of danger to it. So, because you're working underneath a horse, working around its feet. And let's face it, if a 500 kilo horse or a 400 kilo horse wants to move its leg, you ain't stopping that, man. These things are just like sheer brutes. So there's like danger mixed with a calmingness about it, and then the ASMR shit about trimming and shaping a shoe. That shit's fucking mint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. How
sensory shit.
How much into the anatomy of the horse do you get into? Is it all just like
fair
leg,
bit.
or is it like the whole anatomy?
It is the whole anatomy, but mostly about like each leg. Obviously, there's a difference between the rear, the hind leg and the front leg, and then your terms of what part of the horse is called. So you got like your cranial, your caudal, your dorsal, your nostril, your ventral. So you've got you got a medial side, a lateral side, a proximal side, a distal side. So you've got all these parts that you've got to learn as well as the mechanics of the individual leg.
And I'm assuming this is because there's a flow-on effect to the rest of the anatomy from what goes on with the hoof, and like in terms of their gait, how they stand, being lame, all that sort of shit.
Yeah, crippled, lame, blood flow, everything, man. Yeah, and it all starts with like a trim. If you don't trim and balance the hoof right, the horse can suffer severely for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shit.
And when you're working on like a $300,000 horse or more, like a few weeks ago, we were working on a 300 grand horse, and then 2 bays down is a horse that was worth $1.5 million. I'm like, fucking hell, I wouldn't want to be the dude that fucks that up.
fuck, you wouldn't aim.
Nah. And that's the thing, man. If you don't do it right, and it's like the old, remember the old, not a fairy tale, but when that princess puts a pea in her bed, sleeps on it, gets a
Princess in the Pea.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that sort of effect. Like one small thing that you do wrong with the hoof. Yeah.
Yeah, they just know something's up. Like, it fucking annoys them. Yeah, it's like when you get a prickle in your sock, man. You're just like, fuck, at all times.
Not to mention, there's a thing called hot shoeing, right? So where you're heating the horseshoe up till it's red hot, and then burning this animal's foot, like burning the shoe on.
Yeah, but it's into their hoof though, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's no feeling directly into that hoof wall.
Well, it's like a fingernail, hey?
Yeah.
Or the sole, but then you've got the horny sole and sensitive sole. So the horny sole's not sensitive. Yeah, I know. That's the only way I remember that. There's also a part called the horny frog, which is pretty cool. But you've got to burn this shoe on, man. And it's just such an odd feeling, like getting there with this like red hot bit of metal on this animal that's sort of standing there, and you're just like, burning the shit out of it.
What I can't get a handle on is the way the hooves grow. Like obviously in the wild they run around and whatever, and it wears them down, and there's no need for fucking shoes on their feet and all that sort of stuff.
But wild horses live like they don't live as long. So there's the difference as well. But yeah, go on.
But I watched this video, and I'm not going to try and sound like a fucking expert. I've just watched some YouTuber, right? But there was this, in air quotes, stud horse, and this guy went and fixed the hooves, and they were about 30 centimeters long. They look like fucking sleds.
Yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck do horse hooves grow like this? It was absolutely ridiculous. Like the hooves like came down, they curled around, and it looked like it was wearing these fucked up like sled clogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Stupid.
Well, it's because it's like the direction of pressure, right? So that horse is obviously growing quite long in the toe. So your points of pressure will be differently on the actual hoof, so it'll allow that toe to grow, so much. Diet comes into a big factor as well. Like sort of exactly like deer antlers, diet, corresponds to their growth. Same sort of thing. So when you're basically trimming that overgrowth off, that overgrown hoof off, you've got to rebalance that hoof to redirect pressure to 4 points on the hoof. So you want to direct it to the quarter toe on either side and the heel. And that's how that'll balance the horse correctly. It's all got to be flat and level. And yeah. So without that, they'll have like obviously a lot of problems with their legs, and they'll go lame. And then it also opens up for things like bacteria to get into the laminae and cause abscesses or whatever.
Yeah, you've been learning.
Yeah, nice. I've been learning. Like you can sort of see how much. Like beforehand, you probably didn't have much to say about it, but
bruh,
now you went shut up.
I don't even know. I didn't even like the anatomy of the horse. No one's taught us about it. So this week I was like, okay.
Did you
basically?
Did you point at it and go, "That's fucking"? There's the dick.
Yeah, there's the penis.
Do you get slapped with it when you're like
you
doing
do
it?
sometimes?
I thought so. I'm like, where does the dick go when you're working on the hindquarters and you're bent over? I'm like, there's a dick slapping around next to you, surely.
Yeah, because when you're basically doing the top of the hoof, you have to sort of bring the leg up forward and then get in between the leg and the belly of the horse. But then when you do the other side, so the medial side, so the inner side of the top part of the hoof, you've got to basically go the other way around, and then your head's like a few inches from the dick. Oh, the first time it happens, man, you're like, this is fucked. But then you also get shat on. So when you pull that rear hind leg out to work and pare away the sole and that, like, they'll just shit. You'll be like, yeah, cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But
one thing I want to bring up is the fact that in our group chat, you sent through a video of this guy. It was like obviously a leg of a horse, and he was peeling back the nail of the hoof. From what I understood from it.
Yeah.
Why does he do that?
So
this is obviously a dead horse, obviously.
Yeah, dead leg. So we've got to skin the leg as part of the course to learn your anatomy, to learn your ligaments and things, and your bones in the foot. But then the idea of peeling that outer hoof all away is to show you the inside of the hoof and all like the sensitive areas, the laminae, and all the rest of it. But the colour's wicked, eh? Like when you peel it away, it's all like bright red, sort of furry. Yeah.
It did look pretty cool. Is he you know how they say in like dog nails and stuff like that, the longer they grow, the longer that wick is that you can't cut. So when you're cutting down the dog nails, like when they're overgrown, you have to sort of work their way back over time. Is a horse's hoof, does that inner sort of, I'm not sure what you call it, the sensitive part, does that grow out with the hoof a little bit over time?
No,
or does it stay the same size?
It is horse dependent, and if the horse conformation isn't right, then yeah, it'll push all that bone structure and sensitive sort of areas down and closer to your sole and things like that. But typically, no.
Okay.
The horse is going to break away, if it doesn't get trimmed, it's going to break away that dead sole pretty quick, unless it's in soft ground and things like that. And as for the soul itself, the soul grows and then dies. So if it's growing out, yeah, it'll just die and become just like this flaky, sort of weird, dead soul.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can pare all that out with a knife and get close. I mean, the textbook says you got about 1.7 centimeters of sort of like hoof wall and sort of unsensitive sole area before you start getting to the sensitive area, but that changes. Like a horse, you might only get 5 mil, depending on how it's growing. So, yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet. I'm just taking sensitive soul and horny souls out of this.
Oh, bro, horny frog as well.
Horny frog, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It is interesting stuff, man. Like, it's interesting. Hence why I went down a fucking YouTube rabbit hole. But
It's oddly satisfying, man, those videos. Oddly.
Do you like clipping your nails?
Nah, fucking hate it. I fucking hate clipping my nails, mate. Hate it. Yeah, it's like
Is that why you
chore.
bite them?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's just it's a waste of calcium.
I swear I know
Shit.
someone who chewed their toenails off. I can't remember who it was, though.
Chewed.
Yeah,
The
fuck.
fuck?
What?
Fuck, I know I've met someone who bites their own toenails off.
That's
remember.
fucking flexible, man.
I can't remember who it was. They can probably suck their own dick as well, let's be honest.
I'd love to see you try and bite your toenail, actually.
Oh, mate, I wouldn't be able to get my own foot closer than probably half a metre from my mouth. Like, it's not me. I'm not flexible.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're not. You're like a stiff cardboard box.
no,
Shit.
that's not
So, fucking Caleb, you went camping on the weekend, eh?
Yeah, I took the girls camping. Just the daughters, not the doll.
Ooh, someone's in the dog house.
Oh, really?
No, she
Yeah.
was fucking working. Then she ended up getting crook. So either way, she wasn't coming.
Conveniently.
No, I took the girls away to a little spot of ours that we've been a few times, and yeah, it was nice. It's been raining all week. It's been the shittest weather. It's sent over from Perth, I'm sure. And I saw that there was still going to be a little break for the Saturday, Sunday of the long weekend. So no wind. We're camping on the beach too, by the way. So no wind, no rain. It was actually nice and sunny, perfect. So just found a little spot in the sand dunes close to the beach, and yeah, swagged it. It was actually pretty nice.
That spot that you picked looked mint, man.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'll chuck some photos up or something, but we even had a fire, Josh. You'd be proud.
I did notice that on the chat. You sent a photo through, and I was proud. Actually, my heart just sort of was
It got
like,
bigger than that too.
just stopped beating.
That was early days. They got bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah. So
Ooh.
throughout the week, good old Bunnings, they put out a shit ton of fucking pallets that people just come and grab to use them for whatever. So, yeah, during the week, I just grabbed a few of those, carved them up at home, and yeah.
You put any like denser wood with it?
I had a few like bits and pieces of leftover stuff that I've had that's a bit chunkier. I did find a few bits that someone else had cut up and left down there while I was there. I would have run out otherwise. Like I burnt through it all in the night. So
Really?
yeah, that's probably
Well, it's all pine wood, so it doesn't last long.
last
true.
fuck all. I probably went through 3 pallets, and we're talking the fucking big long ones too.
Oh shit!
So I went through a fair bit, and then there was a couple of like stumps that someone had left at that campsite.
Oh, bonus.
So I chucked. Yeah, it was a bonus. Chucked them on, so they lasted a bit longer. But yeah, that photo I sent you, that was the early days of the fire.
Why the change? Like you've gone from. Actually, I feel
Because
like
it's
if
fucking winter.
I feel like you've changed ever since we had our hunting weekend and we got a little bit fucking crazy. I feel like something's just flipped in your head and the switches just turned
The
the other
seasons
way.
have changed.
The seasons?
I don't find the need for a fire in summer.
Fuck off. You went camping in winter last year and took your missus, still didn't have a fire. It's 21 degrees. There's no need for a fire. It's fucking warm.
Josh, the photos on my phone indicate that was March. I believe that's autumn.
Semantics.
It wasn't even cold.
Oh, you're fucking cold, cunt.
Yeah, but fucking maybe she was. All right.
She wasn't. It was actually quite warm enough. But same location, incidentally. But yeah, is probably about 6-7 degrees overnight, so it was a bit fresh.
Yeah.
But it is winter, so a nice fire on the beach. It was good. The girls enjoyed it. They cooked their We made s'mores, actually. They wanted to do that. They're like, Dad, can we make s'mores? I'm like, oh, okay, what do we need? So grabbed the chocolate and the fucking biscuits and the marshmallows, and we made s'mores. And
Was that the first time you had a s'more?
it was, actually.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I know what to do differently.
Yeah. Take the marshmallow out and the chocolate because it's too sweet.
Nah, it's actually all right. I used arrowroot biscuits, so it's sort of like
Arrowroot.
evened it out a bit. So it wasn't too sweet, but the chocolate, we just had block of chocolate. It was too thick to melt it properly,
Oh.
so it didn't flatten out enough as I would have liked.
Just whip out your EDC, mate. Carve it up.
I think I might use my jaffle maker next time, actually.
That's a smart move.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to take that
That's
next
a smart
time.
move.
Also, I didn't have anything long enough to like get into the fire, so I was like just about burning the skin off my hands trying to do these s'mores for the girls. It's fucked.
Why don't you get like a V-shaped branch?
I did.
Just stick it on there and just hold it over.
Yeah, but I got 2 7-year-olds, man, and they were just like breaking the sticks all the time, and then they'd put the s'mores on there and then try and balance it. Do you know how many fucking biscuits, chocolate, and bloody marshmallows ended up in the sand?
Mate, you just tell them, oh, well, that was your treat. It's gone now. Sorry.
Anyway, it was good fun. They enjoyed it. They danced around the fire. We put some tunes on. Got a great little spot, actually. So that's now my spot. We've tried a few different spots on this beach before, but this is definitely my spot. It's sort of just this little nook tucked away in the dunes. There's enough room for probably, I don't know, 3 setups.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be fine.
Seems like a good spot. We need to try it out.
The only thing is if you went on like a long weekend, even though it was a long weekend, I'm sure you'd be fighting for that spot if you went there. early
Well,
enough.
honestly, the Friday night, it was still shitty weather. I got down there at lunchtime on Saturday and no one was camping there yet. There's only one other lot of people set up. And initially I went to a bowl that I would have liked to go into, but it's quite big. So it was probably too big for just us. Someone was already set up in there, but there were only people camping. So I went back to this little spot that I'd spotted. And then later on throughout the afternoon, people started piling in.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think you'd be all right to get there because most people just fucking whiz past. You wouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
I was sort of looking for spots, so that's how I noticed it. I kept that in mind, and then I circled back to it. But I've pinned it now, so I know where it is for next time.
Send me that pin. Did you get stuck?
Nah, not once.
No, not once.
Nice.
You weren't trying hard enough.
No, the girls want to do a bit of full driving as well, so we did that. We went up in the dunes, and I mean, I let my air down. That's your biggest thing. Like if you're driving on sand, I aired down. I only went down to 20, but it's just enough to sort of help things out. I would say 80% of people didn't. The thing was fucking carved up.
Yeah, but those 80% of people caught fish and you didn't. So.
No one was.
So
there's like 2 other people fishing, bro.
Did you fish?
Yeah, I fished, but fishing in the sense of throwing rods in and handing it to a 7-year-old and then repeating the process.
Yeah, so you're just baiting up rods.
So basically, just baiting up rods, sorting out tangles, pulling seaweed off.
Sounds like you need some better fishing gear. 1 and 2. Why are they reeling it in straight away?
They're not reeling it in straight away. They're like, Dad, there's something on the line. There's a big clump of seaweed. There's a shit ton of seaweed. And honestly, you know the entry to that beach? Normally it's fine. Like you can just get straight on and go wherever. You pretty much got to go down one track because the rest of it's seaweed at the moment. That's how much seaweed's there.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Ouch.
Oh, seaweed does ruin South Australian beaches quite badly.
So,
Yeah.
But that beach was probably as chopped up as I've ever seen it. It is a long weekend.
Yeah.
Every other time we've gone, not on a long weekend.
Yeah, it's because it's probably getting more popular, man. Because they've closed off heaps of areas down that way. And so people just keep venturing around to find new beaches.
Oh, look, it's good to see people down there. I won't say where it is, but yeah.
Oh, we've already told
No, we haven't.
The pod, yeah, heaps of times.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
We have never once said exactly where it is.
Yes, we have.
We haven't.
Yes, we have.
We haven't.
We have.
We could do this for the next 5 minutes, but we haven't.
We have.
For anyone listening, if you know what beach I'm talking about, fucking send us a message and prove Josh wrong, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was prime. Loved it. Good time away with the girls. They got to, I don't know, fucking get dirty and run up and down sand dunes and, I don't know, have fun. They enjoyed it, which is good.
Yeah, it's good.
I enjoyed it. Didn't catch any fish, but whatever. I've got an ND related to this weekend away as well.
You want to do the ND now?
Oh, this is fucking.
That's going to be awkward.
Let's get wild. Should we do it?
We could do it.
All right, well, let's do it. How about we do a ND?
ND!
ND.
Fucking terrible.
Discharge.
That's
That was terrible. It's weird not in the studio. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, well, we'll give everyone an insight into what an unscripted, unedited ND sounds like. And out of order within the normal podcast format. But yeah, fucking dirt bike riders, motorbike riders, get fucked.
Sounds like jealousy.
Yeah, it sounds like I need more context.
Look, I can see the appeal. Like, I can. Like, you're on a beach, you're in sand dunes. It's a playground. I get it. It's fun. And there's a lot of them on a long weekend down there at this place. But my God, why do you feel the need to ride a motorbike up and down the fucking beach at 3:30 in the goddamn morning?
Because they're not a fucking old ass fucking grumpy man like yourself. And they're having fun. And it's public land. So do what you fucking want at 3:30 in the morning.
It gets fucking dark at 6 o'clock at night at the moment.
Doesn't matter. They got lights on, bruh.
And I'm going to sound like an old man.
You are.
I'm like, okay, there's some people rolling in late, whatever. And then, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, yeah, cool. Bit of fun. Right, up and down the beach. Got your headlights on. Cool. Test it out. Whatever. Don't stack it. Good luck to you. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, yeah, whatever. The younger P-platers, whatever, cool. They're still having a bit of fun. 11, 12 o'clock, I'm like, come on, boys. What the fuck?
Nah.
Like, what's happening?
Maybe they're training for a 24-hour enduro, mate.
Nah, mate. There's not enough fucking stress.
What do you mean, nah, mate? They could be. Or they could be pissed having fun.
Maybe. But then I hit the hay at probably midnight when the fire died out. And I was
just like your soul.
There was no more fucking, there was just the embers and there was no more heat radiating off that. And I was like, fuck, it's time for bed. And then I remember being woken up at 1:30 by people going up and down. I'm like, Jesus Christ, fucking just pack it in, will you? Back to sleep.
Did you yell at them?
I didn't fucking yell at them. No,
I was going to be like, you're
not that much
dude.
of an old man. Like, would you imagine just jumping out and my jock's going, cracking my fist at them?
You were like 2 years away from that, bro, the way you were headed.
But
Just runs a fishing line trips now.
3:30, 3:27, 3:27, up and down the beach on the fucking motorbikes. I'm like, what the actual fuck are you doing?
What's the matter with that?
Waking me up is what they're doing.
Oh, we'll move.
I've got my prime spot. I don't understand why you need to ride a trail bike at 3:30 in the morning up and down the beach.
Have you done it before?
No.
So don't knock it till you try it.
I'm pretty sure if Josh was in your situation, he'd be whinging about the same thing. So
No, we'll just get
the
up and
fact
move.
that you're backing him up.
No, just get up and move. No, the way I see it, it's public land. Do what you fucking want. You own it just as much as we do.
Oh, hang on. If you're in a fucking shared campsite and someone's playing loud music at fucking 2 a.m. and you want to sleep, are you putting up with that? Or are you being considerate of other people?
Nah, fucking hell. I'd just look back and be like, yeah, I was young once too. Like, get into it. Crack on. Fucking chive on, motherfuckers. Look, it'd be annoying, but whatever. When I was young and camping out in the state forest in Vic and that, I'd love it. I'd love driving around and then camping and then getting drunk and carrying on loud music.
There's definitely a moment where you got to consider the others as well because you are in a shared environment, for sure.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like, I'll cop it till midnight.
Nah, fucking move
not
if that's
after
the
that.
case. Just because
There's nowhere to move to.
just
It's a
because
beach.
you're drab
I'm drab.
doesn't mean that other people have to be drab.
It's a fucking beach.
So you,
There's nowhere for me to-
It's a public beach, so knowing that, you should go in with full forethought and be like, "Yep, there could be some hooligans."
Do you
around."
stop at traffic lights, Josh?
Nah,
Fuck off. Fuck off.
there's no traffic lights on the beach, mate. That's why people
No,
go there.
but public roads, do you stop at traffic lights or do you not
Nah.
stop at traffic lights?
No, it depends.
You see
I do.
my argument.
No, I do, but a traffic road's slightly different. The reason why people go to the beach to drive and ride and carry on is because they can. They can go full stick if they want to. They can go do donuts. They can drive for as long as they want till wee hours in the morning. That's why people go. That's what makes it enjoyable and fun and appealing. It's, apart from if you're looking at it outside from the fact that I'm taking my family to camp or I'm going to go fishing, I'm going to go hunting, well, guess what? They've got just as much right as you do being there and doing what they want to do to whatever hours of the night. If you could, you'd spotlight public land if you're allowed to legally. What about you spotlighting people camping and you fucking waking them up? Boom. I just crushed your fucking argument, cunt.
I don't think you did.
Nah.
I wouldn't spotlight around other people camping.
How do you know mate? Spotlight. This is one of the reasons why spotlighting on public land is probably not allowed. Is because
Not a good
people
example.
can camp anywhere, or like in that
Yeah.
national park.
So that's a poor example. You're trying to win an
No,
argument.
it's not. Because if it was allowed, you don't know if you're around people or not, do you? You might know where the honey holes are and where the majority of people go, but what if they're adventurous?
The point is, Josh, I think it's fair and reasonable to still ride a motorbike after dark. Okay, it's a bit of fun, but not at 3:30 in the morning. What possesses anyone to do it at 3:30 in the morning? It's ridiculous.
What possesses you to hunt at 4 o'clock in the morning?
What actually were they doing, Caleb? Like, were they just up and down the
Just
beach? Or were they
cruising
donuts,
up and
or
down,
just-
up and down, man,
Yeah.
up and down. Like, it's fucking
You'd
ridiculous.
think they'd get boring. Like,
Yeah, you
just
would have thought
straight
so.
lines.
Like, it was the same people, like just up and back. I'm like, fair enough if it's like an emergency run or someone's injured themselves or whatever, but no, it was just up and back, up and back.
All right,
It wasn't even like an interesting section of the beach. Like, go fucking up in the dunes and don't annoy me.
I'd like to see you draw on sand.
Hey.
Right on sand.
Right on the sand sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah, fat dick. It's real. It takes a lot of skill and effort and a lot of practice at whatever time of the day.
No, fuck off. I just think there's an unwritten rule camping, public, private, or otherwise. Don't be a fucking rude cunt and do it past a reasonable hour when other people are trying to sleep.
Fucking, you're definitely from the nanny state, South Australia, aren't you?
No. I just think there's what's fair and reasonable. And I'm all for people having a fun time.
Grandpa.
But I don't think 3:30 in the morning is the time to be hooning up and down the beach.
Maybe you're like a year away from fucking being that old dude rolling out the swag, being like, "Can you fuckers stop? I've got kids."
I would have done that if I didn't have the kids with me, man. I'd be like,
Yeah, exactly.
and I
All
didn't
right.
get out of my swag.
So
I
maybe
just,
you're 6 months away from being that person. Look, I get you. So what's the etiquette then? What do you consider as fine?
around midnight, I think would be a reasonable cut-off time. And I'm not sitting here like worried about being sleep deprived or anything because I still slept like a log. But I was just like, 3:30 in the morning. Why? Why do you need to do that? It's just stupid. And it was probably just someone like piss at a campsite down further. And like, oh, I'm going to fucking jump on the motorbike and go for a ride.
Oh, so they've
'cause I'm-
skirted past like twice and then fucking bailed it in.
Yeah, 3:30 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, that's fine. That's just drunk behaviour. Deal with the 2 runs and go back to bed.
Look, the only thing I will say is I was tucked away, so I wasn't like my campsite wasn't immediately obvious. So if anyone was trying to be considerate, they probably didn't notice me.
Oh, so now,
Yeah, well,
now the
that's the
story.
next thing. Yeah, you were hidden away. They didn't know you were there. They thought it was just a vacant beach, and they were just going nuts.
Yeah.
That's the only caveat I'll fucking
Ugh.
put in here. However, why at 3:30 in the morning do you do that?
Camp away from the beach then next time, mate.
I would.
Camp in the bowl.
If
I don't want to camp
if
in
it
the
wasn't
bar.
Camp further off.
if it wasn't
Enjoy the
obvious
waves.
you being there or not, then fucking go for their lives if they wanted to just ride at 3 o'clock in the morning. If it doing that through a campsite, yeah, it's gonna suck. But If you weren't obvious where you were, then it's hard to fight that.
I'm going to pick up my bike from Steve's. Next time we go out, I'm going to be that dude. I'm going to wait till 3. I'm going to set my alarm, 3:15. Then I'm going to get up, get on the bike, and then just scream.
Do it. I'll fucking dig a pothole on the fucking track, mate.
Yeah, I'd like to see you do it.
That was my next move, is dig a fucking hole.
Ooh,
Or a tripwire.
Mate.
fucking nail board.
Fucking I put a wire across the road like fucking The Great Escape.
You could have done that, mate. Just clothesline him with some fishing, with your fishing line.
Tempted.
Yeah, but where are you going to hook the other end of the fishing line to? The ocean?
Just put a stake in the ground and
Just
Yeah.
tent pole.
anywhere.
I don't know.
I feel like you're just such an old man now, man.
No, I just think it's an ND to be riding a motorbike. I'm down a beach at 3:30 in the morning when people are trying to sleep.
Is that the ND, or is it the fact that you're just an old grumpy cunt?
Nah, ND. When is a fair and reasonable cutoff time for being a loud cunt? I think around midnight, like 12:30. Think about like a fucking full on campsite where it's like just wall to wall tents, like tent city. When do you think it's reasonable to shut the fuck up?
Oh,
1 a.m. cutoff, like
No, go to the
It
break
depends.
of dawn, yo.
I think if you're in the majority, then you're fine. Like if you look around and most people are still up and about and doing shit, then keep going. But if you look around and no one's up and you're the only cunts that are doing something, maybe you should tone it down.
Nah, sometimes you're in the moment as a group, you're feeling it. Like we were the other weekend, Caleb, when we were hunting, we were feeling it, a little bit silly, and we just carried on. Yeah, okay, we stopped because we were both like, well, we've got to get up and hunt in the morning. So
we've read the room,
So
Josh.
it's
We've read the
time-
situation and we
it's
capped
time
it.
to go to bed, and we're old. So we're like, yeah, it's time to go to bed. I think we may have run out of piss too, but that's all
That was more the story.
right. But sometimes you're just feeling it, and those moments are grand. Like, you're just like, yeah, fucking everyone's like having a good time, necking back some beers, just let it go. And if you're the dude sleeping next to him or just down the road from him, and you hear it and they're having a good time, just be like, yeah, sick. Fucking I used to be like that one day. Once upon a time.
Okay.
Fair enough.
No, I'm sticking fat on this one, mate. I think it's just unnecessary. It's a boring section of beach. Like if I was in a bowl.
Because you were there.
Anyway, let's fucking move on because I had enough of you in this argument. Jesus.
Oh, shit.
All right, well, here's a segue for you. Well, we packed it in because we did have to get up and hunt, as you just mentioned. But
Yeah, we did.
our a little topic we want to get into this week as we move on is, Josh, we're not editing. You can't take a fucking piss break.
But you can pause. And then
Nah, you can just, Josh,
and you're in a
you
good
can
segue
just-
to get there.
You
Nah,
fucking
Josh,
gave me the time
Josh,
out. Right.
You can just leave,
Yeah.
and me and Caleb can continue.
We will continue.
Well, I was
Gotcha.
just having some etiquette.
Well, have some etiquette and do it outside the room.
Fucking killed my mojo right the way through a segue. Fuck off. Get
It
out of the
can't
room.
be seamless every time.
Get out.
mate,
No,
right?
that's all you were trying to do was just stop my seamless segues. Fuck off. Get out of the room. Get out of the room. Go piss with your fucking girl's
Eat a
bladder.
dick.
Go.
Or you should mute his mic so when he comes back, we can't hear him.
You should take his microphone to the toilet with him so everyone can hear his fucking weak stream of piss. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
What are you taking your phone for? You don't need your phone to piss. Fuck off. So he's come back in the room to get his phone, probably to message his missus so he can send another 55,000 fucking emojis to her. I'm throwing you under the bus, Josh.
I've never seen someone send so many emojis. There's like multiple lines of emojis.
Multiple lines. It's just unnecessary. Like, while we're on things that are unnecessary, sending 55,000 fucking emojis is unnecessary. And then when I comment on it, he's like, don't read my messages. I'm like, it's hard not to see because you've got like
Just the colourful screen.
he's got like 20-point font going on so he can fucking read it as well. And it's just a screen full of fucking love hearts. And he's going to hate when this comes out.
The winky faces and the fucking the winky's tongue stick out face. The fucking peach face. The peach face. The peaches.
Just the peach. Just so
yeah, it's full of peaches and eggplants, I reckon.
peaches and eggplants and the fucking water drops, squirty fucking jizz things.
Yes. Fuck.
Also, you need to make a clip of this just for you rolling back on the bed and putting your feet in the air. Weirdly.
Did you get feet or what?
Yeah, there was feet. That's we should start a Patreon just for that.
People love it.
Your feet content. Fucking hell. Anyway,
Make some money, man.
Yeah, true. There's always a market for everything. Well, what I was getting to is we had some listener suggestions for topics to talk about, and one of them was about what should you spend your money on when you first get into hunting, which is, I guess, it's kind of something we've talked about,
Kind of
recommending gear and whatever. But in terms of where you're best to spend your money when you're first getting into hunting, that's something to talk about. So I don't know. Do you want to start us off or what?
I wasn't sure how we're going to do this. We're going to because obviously our lists are going to be kind of similar.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, someone can start and we can just fucking add, subtract, and disagree. And
yeah, just go one for one and just digress from there, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, kick us away then.
All right. Well, fucking obviously, apart from the fact you've already got a gun safe, you already got rifles.
Or have you though?
Well, all right. Yeah, I guess one of my things on the list was actually a reliable rifle, a rifle that you find comfortable, and that you sort of, that when you use a rifle enough and it feels like it's almost a part of you.
Yep.
You sort of can't beat that sort of experience with a rifle, especially in a hunting situation when you're going to have those potential sort of, I guess, quick chances at something. So once you're 100% comfortable with your rifle, I think that's unbeatable. But that's obviously going to come in time.
Yeah, exactly.
So as a new hunter, you need to spend that money at the range as well. So that's where I was sort of going with it.
I get what you're saying.
Don't just spend your time hunting all the time. If you can hunt every weekend, then awesome. But when we go hunting, then you don't actually shoot a lot. So spending the time at the range as well and getting comfortable with your rifle, that's something that's sort of invaluable, I reckon.
100%. It'd be very rare for you to walk into a gun shop, buy your first rifle, find it exceptionally comfortable straight off the bat without having tried a few things and know what you're looking for in terms of being able to adjust everything so it's comfortable, because you don't know what to compare it to if you haven't used multiple firearms. I guess the benefit of, say, for example, my journey. Fuck, that sounds.
It sounds like you're ripping a bong.
Do you want to fucking vape any louder, bro? Jesus.
It literally sounds like he's ripping a bong, mate.
All right, well, it wasn't a fucking bong. I didn't realize you could hear that. I was watching my mic thing and I did it.
So loud. Anyway, as I was saying, and not everyone has this luxury, is coming up shooting. I've had the luxury of being able to use a lot of other rifles belonging to other people, namely Josh and his old man's predominantly. But then every time you go out with a new person, they've got their own personal rifle, you try it. And that's probably something I'd say. And that's not a thing about spending money, but it's trying as many different things if presented with an opportunity. If someone's got a new rifle, generally most people are like, oh, do you want to have a shot? And that's a really good way of trying a heap of different setups to work out what's going to work for you, because unfortunately we don't have the luxury of being able to go into a gun shop and try before you buy.
No.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
It's real hard, isn't it? Because you just don't know. And sometimes you might get something like, fuck, this is so uncomfortable. Like nothing I can customize on it feels great. Or you might get lucky. So obviously, however you're going to hunt, if it's going to be with a rifle, that's probably your most important thing to be spending your money on, because it's the thing that does the thing.
Yeah. It's got to feel right in your shoulders as well. So, and once it does that, then you feel like you can't miss. in a way.
Would you say spending a bit more money on the glasses is a better way to go?
I was just
than the
more on the rifle at the moment, so we got a lift. But yeah, mine was more just, I was saying, just to spend money on practicing with the rifle.
Yeah, but I mean, like with that rifle that you're practicing.
Yeah, go on. You can add to the list then.
No, well, I'm asking you, would you spend the money on good glass now that you've bought yourself a Night Force?
Well, that's another thing I've got on my list was a decent scope, something that's, well, as most hunters, we're sort of focus our time on dawn and dusk. So one thing that you sort of really need is a scope that can actually pick up a lot of light and sort of, I'll only probably give you a couple more minutes in those sort of dawn dusk sort of zones. But you notice a difference between a cheap scope that may not have good receptive of light compared to something that's maybe more quality and it's a larger objective lenses and all that will actually enable you to see something clearly where your mate can't see shit. So there's a big difference in a decent scope for that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something you can upgrade though. Like for a new hunter, it's hard to.
Yeah.
You're not going to necessarily know that unless you've tried something and then someone else goes, "Hey, get this because this works better in low light." But then if you can get the optimum of something straight off the bat, you don't have to spend money on iterations and a journey of fucking binos or scopes or whatever. But then not everyone has the money to spend $3,000 on a scope straight out the gates either. So I think no matter what you do, you're going to end up buying multiples of something. You're never going to start with one thing and never change it unless you just learn to adapt to it. So there's probably two schools of thought, I guess. Fucking run your own race. You can either adapt to the thing that doesn't perform to the optimum or just try and buy the optimum or just keep spending money on upgrading.
Yeah.
I feel like you could learn some things before doing that though. There's a lot of articles online that'll tell you to spend more money on optics, and most people are going to tell you to spend more money on optics for straight off the bat. Because as Couchy just stated, what happens if you get that low light situation and that good mature animal comes out and your optics lot fails you? That could be the difference of, I guess, keeping someone interested in carrying on with hunting or just mistake after mistake. And then you've also got the mechanical operations of the scope. A cheaper scope, I wouldn't expect it to track very well compared to a more expensive scope. And we've all been there. And we had to learn the hard way, so why can't new people learn the easy way? That's so much better. It's not echoing in my ears now.
Thank you for that relevant comment to everyone listening. Yeah, can we take it back even further than that though? Like, before we get to the gear side of things, if you want to start out hunting, can we go back before you bought anything? Where can you spend your money?
Oh, as in you haven't hunted before.
You never hunted.
Is that what you're talking about?
Like, you are fucking fresh as fuck. You've never hunted. You want to do it.
Have you got shooting experience at the range?
Maybe not even. Maybe you never shot before. Hunting. Right, here's your scenario, right? You're a man or woman or other
hippie that's just decided to get their own meat.
Yes, exactly. Like you want to provide for the family, meat for the family. You don't want to shop at Coles, Woolies, Aldi, Foodland anymore. Even the butcher. You want to get your own free range organic meat. And you've discovered that hunting is the way to do that.
Probably just go to the gun shop and have a chat, honestly, to some people to start with, and then maybe
no, because
maybe go to the
unless
range.
it's a good gun shop like Gun Force where people steer you in the right direction, you can often end up walking into a gun shop and coming out with a fucking 270.
That's true. All right, so spend the money on a Instagram account or something like that, and talk to some people about it. and then maybe go to the range and get that experience.
Well,
on the
Instagram's
range
free.
and gun safety.
Did you pay money for your Instagram, bro? What the
Well,
fuck?
I had to pay money for my phone to get Instagram. Yes.
Calm
Good
down.
spin.
So we're talking about a hippie. He or she may not like technology. Fucking hell, your 5 cougars are going down real quick.
It's a good deal, actually. 5 for 20 cougars at Thirsty Camel. and
Nice.
a free stubby holder.
All right, let's move a bit past this. So you've
No, but I think it's a fair point, though, because if you've never hunted and
It
you
is.
don't know how to get into it, where should you spend some money?
It is, but is there
think-
training courses in Australia for new hunters like that, or do you spend your money and like on ADA, and then go to the ADA and go multiple times, and then meet someone, get them to take you to the range, get proficient in safety, and whilst you're there, you can sort of learn about deer and hunting
I'd
itself.
honestly say no to the ADA to spend your money on if you're fucking brand new, you've never done it before.
Yeah, no,
Because
it's just too hard.
no one is going to fucking take you under their wing and teach you everything from go to woe, because everyone is just too worried about getting their own shit.
I think the range is
As
definitely a good place to go.
harsh as that sounds, I don't really think that's the best place for someone completely fresh to spend money on.
I disagree with it.
On what grounds?
There's plenty of people that will help me out. You won't, but
No.
there's
I'm
plenty
generalizing.
that
I'm
will.
generalizing. I'm not saying if someone came up to us and asked us for advice and met us at the ADA and they'd never done anything, they'd spent their $108 and they'd become a member, we can't even take them the first year anyway because they can't hunt.
No, but they can come to the open days is what I'm talking about, or your counts and this and that.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of money.
Meet some people, shake hands, kiss the babies, and go, oh, can you give us a hand? Let's go to the range. Can you get me proficient? Yeah, cool. I'd do that any day of the week for the community.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is you can't necessarily just spend money to get people good advice and good people around
Well,
you.
what's your solution then if you're not joining the ADA to get amongst it and around people that will help you out, because they will?
Well, I mean, the Australian Hunting Club, we've had Chris Waters on. That's probably a good example of something you could spend money on, or
Almost exactly the same as ADA.
no, just not though.
Different.
Not in my humble experience. Unless you happen to come across the right people. We've found the ADA okay because we know people prior to joining.
But you join and rock up and talk to people. You join, rock up for a count. Yes, their website is. You've got to be a fucking rocket scientist to navigate their website, but you'll get it if you're that interested in it, and then go, and then you will meet people that will help you out on those counts or those days that you've got.
If you're lucky.
No, you will.
Well, okay, all right. The ADA is something that you could do, but if you're fresh at hunting and stuff like that, you're not going to make that 12-month commitment into trying to get into something that you're not really sure about that you actually want to do yet.
Exactly.
It's $108, mate. I spend more on a cup of coffee.
If you're this hippie, trying to provide meat for the family, you probably don't have $108 to fucking throw at an ADA.
So you're gonna pay for the Hunters Club to be a member, and then draw a hunting experience out of that. What if you don't get it?
Where I'm trying to get to is the best thing is to have someone to go along with, to start with.
Where are you going to find people to go along with?
I don't know. You can't buy friends.
You literally
have to meet
can.
people.
The ADA.
You probably could buy friends, but
You
Yeah.
could.
like if you pay me enough,
The hourly rate is exorbitant, though.
No one
Like,
wants a friend.
yeah, I'm not actually in Queensland. I'm just not allowed to come to your house anymore.
I mean, and you could pay to be guided on a hunt if you've never done anything before. That's
No,
fucking,
you
that's
need
expensive.
range time well before you go pulling the trigger on an animal.
you don't.
Man. I think you need range time, and you need like a bit of prior knowledge in safety before you go out on any sort of a hunt. I mean, you don't need to, no, but
No, and people don't.
think
Think about our chat with Andrew from Adventure Hunting. Like, literally, he takes people out that have never shot a gun before, and they put time in to shoot at a gong for a while to get some sort of proficiency, and then he takes them and they shoot an animal.
Yeah, but I thought this whole topic here was the shit they need to buy before they actually do that hunt.
Well, it's where to spend your money if you're a new hunter, and then what gear. But I think before you go spending money on gear, because the last thing you want is to be the person with all the gear and no idea. So what I think is the most important thing to have is other people around you that do that thing that can teach you.
So you're just saying jump online and try and chat to people online instead of going to a common ground like the ADA.
Is there Tinder for hunters?
Ooh, bruh.
Hello, business idea.
Like 99% males.
Campfire, deer camp buddies or something like that. It's sounding gay already.
Yeah. Getting into that Brokeback Mountain shit again.
Brokeback deer.
It's hard though, like, because you don't, as a hunter, you don't want to necessarily take someone out you don't know because they could be a fucking lunatic.
Well, you don't have to go to the ADA then. Join a range. Or go to range open days or go to a range, talk to the caretaker, be like, when's it come and try day? Come and try it, talk to people, pick your range. Don't go to para. Go try it. Like Monada's a good example. Go to like a PRS day, pay you whatever it is, $20. Oh, the first time's free actually, so you don't even have to pay anything. So, and you're getting around people with firearms like as a beginning.
Yeah, well, there's your first port of call. Like if you've decided I want to provide meat for the family, if you're this hippie in this scenario and you want to provide meat for the family, you want to do it with a rifle, you want to be ethical, but then you find out that shooting a firearm is actually not for you, or you don't know which firearm to buy. Then an open day, that's a good thing. Like we know people that run SSAA fucking shooting courses and open days and all that sort of thing. We've had Cads on before. She does that a lot. She does that for women shooters. She has taken people out that have never shot a rifle before and all that sort of stuff.
Well, there you go. Go do that. Go join the ADA. Go to the meets. Go get your gun license. There's probably your basis of where you're going to spend $500.
What if after the end of all that you're like, ugh, what do I buy? Like, what have I achieved?
Knowledge.
You've achieved knowledge. That's what, like, you've achieved some sort of at least experience into what the world looks like there, so that you'll have a feeling of if you do or don't like that, and then after that you can sort of start looking at getting into it actively.
I guess the ideal scenario is to have a mate who's like, hey, come hunting with me.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to get into it. And that's why more hunters should take people that they know and trust out to get more people into it. Because
there's also a lot of people that don't know anyone that hunt.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's very daunting if you don't know anyone and you want to get into it. We've all had the luxury of having someone else go before us and invite us. All of us. So
no, I had to figure it out as a kid.
Your old man didn't take you?
Boy, I essentially used my old man, but I was the driving force behind it. Yeah, he had shot guns and hunted before, but we had to look for the properties. We had to instigate the whole becoming a member at a range, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so maybe you did more hard yards than, say, I did, because you just simply said to me, hey, come along, and I came along.
Yeah, likewise.
You've got it. So this is where it's getting a little. You got to surround yourself with the right people. So joining clubs and things are going to be the first port of call. That's where you're first going to put your money before you even buy any gear to go do it. Now, assuming that you've got some sort of knowledge, maybe a family member has a farm and they've got a gun. Go there. So, all right, we've established you've got a place to go. You've got a rifle that you can use. Down the line, you meet some basic safety requirements and some basic anatomy of an animal, where to shoot them. What are you doing next? What are you spending your money on next?
Depends which uncle's farm I went to and if he's a good uncle or not.
Not the uncle that touched it, Caleb.
Yeah. Because I might be spending some money on fucking surgery. I don't know.
You might.
Some cancelling.
Yeah. Well, preferably not an uncle that's abused you. Then.
Okay, fucking. Let's not go
Alright.
down that rabbit hole. Let's just go with. All right, you've tried it. Hunting,
like
that
it?
is. You liked it. You're on board. It's for you. You want to do it for yourself now.
Yeah,
What
you've
are you
got your
buying?
license as well. You're all set to go on
Well-
that front.
You're spending your money on fucking getting the gun license first.
Well, they've got it.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
you're at the stage of decking yourself out.
Yeah.
All right. Go, Josh.
The
What's your thing that
nitty-gritties.
you
What are you getting
initially-
first? I think
you
the
get?
first thing is your rifle. That's
Yeah.
the most important thing.
Hands down. Your gun and an optic.
But as we've already
Yeah,
touched
well, that's
on,
pretty much that's the two topics that I've brought up already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a comfortable rifle, a decent scope. Well, a scope really, as you said, Caleb, it's entry. Just get something that will actually get you out there first, and then you can go from there. But
Yeah,
a decent scope's better.
So binos, the next thing that I would say, go get, and if you bought like Vortex, you can get a free bino harness in the pack. So you got your harness as well. So you're covered there.
Why get binos, Josh?
Well, I'm presuming we're
Can't I just-
hunting.
can't-
I'm presuming we're
Can't I
hunting.
just use my rifle?
You can. Yes, you can. It's a little harder to sort of glass through your rifle than it is binos. And I'm presuming we're hunting deer. We're hunting some sort of animal that's going to give you meat for your freezer.
we're a
So-
hippie that wants to put food on the table for our family.
Yeah, we're still along that line. So say pig, deer, goat, whatever. Binos, it's going to be easier to manipulate the binos and glass large parcels of area than it is to keep shouldering your rifle. But yes, it's possible to just use your optic on your rifle.
But it's hard. I don't know. You need a budget.
It's way harder.
You need a budget. Like everyone has a different budget. So, I mean, the story is going to be different. You can go without binos if you only have a budget for a rifle and a scope. But really, you should have bino,
I think
is
you
what
should.
we're saying.
I think you should.
Yeah. No, binos are fucking golden. Like, I don't think you could ever. You can not have them, but having them just makes it so much better, and you can just see so much more as well. So,
Yeah, you can. And let's be honest, I don't know anyone who doesn't use 10 power.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother going more, like 12 power or anything. I think 10 power. I wouldn't go anything under. 10 by 42s are good because then you don't need a briefcase on your chest to fucking store them.
but like if you've picked up an 8 power binos off your uncle or something, then
it's doable.
it's not like they're not. Yeah, definitely use them. But yeah.
Let's be honest, most of the time you sort of spot something in the distance with your eye and then you put the binos up to look at it closer anyway.
Most times, yeah.
Unless you're sitting and glassing, then you're just scanning with binos.
No, every time I stop, I'll rip out the binos regardless.
Yeah, that's sitting and scanning, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm walking like, okay, I've got a new parcel of ground. Regardless whether I see
Josh,
something.
right.
You're not walking with 10 power fucking on your eyes.
Oh, no.
You're seeing something like, oh, that's piqued my interest. Now I'll put the 10 power up to it.
silly.
I've actually observed that Josh is quite argumentative today.
He is. What's wrong with you?
He is.
No, I'm good.
What's going on?
Are you all
I'm
right?
good. You're not fucking putting your gunny googles on, cunt, and fucking walking around with them strapped to
Strap him
your
to his
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're obviously going to see something that looks likely. There's something that looks a bit deery. There's an object in a paddock. There's a fucking.
Could just be
There's a little
scanning
bit
the
of
edge
land.
of
Like,
a
oh,
brush.
there could be something there.
Yeah. You're using them. 100%.
It's really, it's really no point in arguing this fact. But yeah.
Either way,
Yeah,
binos.
I don't
are
even
good.
know what
Spend
we're
money on binos. I think. I look.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can spend a lot of money on binos, but
Nah, $400, Vortex, Diamondback, 10 by 42s.
they do the job.
You can throw them down a
Yeah.
bloody gully and they'll still be all right. And if not, you can send them back and they'll give you a new pair.
I've dropped mine. I've landed on mine. I've fucking got them in sand. I've fucking got them wet. They're bulletproof.
Yeah. And
Don't shoot them, but
You don't shoot them,
quite
obviously.
hardy.
Yeah, not that bulletproof.
they're fairly good quality for $400.
400
Yeah.
bucks, yeah.
Yeah.
300.
You got anything
Shannon.
else that you should buy, Caleb? What else would you add to this list?
What have we got? We've got a rifle. We've got binos. I won't say you need camo. Like, I won't say you need
I was
camo,
wondering.
but I think you need good, comfortable clothing. I think it makes a world of difference. Like, I'm not saying you can't hunt in jeans, but fuck me, it's uncomfortable if you're walking for 10. If you're walking for 12 Ks in jeans, it's not comfortable. But
And like, there's one colour like DSE blue. So most jeans are blue, and that's probably the one thing that's going to work against you.
yeah, like, but again, we've had this discussion a little bit already, but I don't think camo is a be all and end all.
No, you don't need camo.
Just don't wear fucking too much block colours. But I think it's more about being comfortable. If you're walking for long distances and being out in the elements, being able to be warm, like doing the layering thing, having stuff you can, quickly open up zips and dump heat out when you've just walked up a hill. That's what most hunting gear includes is features. So it's more about the features and being comfortable in the elements more so than the camo. The camo pattern, I think, just comes down to your own personal preference, I think, what you think looks good, honestly.
You can hunt in damn tracky dacks and, like, you don't even need to spend the money on boots, mate, on shoes. I mean,
Well, you do
you can
that.
just go just grab your pair of shoes. I mean, yeah, you're either going to be comfortable or uncomfortable, and you might have some blisters if you got a shit pair of shoes. But at the end of the day, you don't have to spend your money there.
Well, I disagree because that's literally where I was going with my progression there is if you're intending to walk a lot, then be comfortable with your clothing to be out in the elements, to get wet, to get hot, to get blood and guts and shit all over yourself. But then look after your feet because there's nothing worse than busting up your feet. Then you can't walk.
But
So spend money on
you
boots.
can walk. You'll be able to walk like 12 Ks a day and like.
Look, yeah, it's possible without buying some good quality boots,
You
but
can.
it's also you're going to pay for it as well.
Just use the sneakers that you've got.
I mean,
your
go
gym
fucking
shoes.
hunt in your fucking Asics Kayanos if you really want to. You'll be comfortable, but your feet will be wet.
That's all right. You can get your feet dry at the end of the day. That's fine. They don't have to put their money into that, I don't think. Not at all.
Maybe that's one for down the track. I certainly didn't arrive at my optimum hunting boots straight away.
Yeah.
No,
I started off in fucking work boots, and then I bought a pair of boots, which I then burnt by a fire, and now I'm onto the Under Armours.
But I feel like most people have a pair of shoes they'll be able to just go out in, so they don't need to put their money there.
where else would you put your money, Josh?
Yeah, where would you put your money? Pack?
Probably a hydration setup. Some
Why?
sort
They
of
just
bladder or water bottle or something.
You don't have to
just
spend money.
fucking just drink from the creek, like you say.
Well, yeah, you can if you want to take the chance, but well, like
Fuck
I
your
would,
tune changes, something chronic.
I would say
Goalpost shift again.
no. Well, you're obviously going to refill eventually from a creek when you're right into it and you're hardcore or fucking just dumb as shit, like I am. But that's fine. But you're going to need some way of carrying that water, aren't you?
Well, if you put a backpack on and you fill up a 2-litre Coke bottle, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumb.
No
Don't need
money.
to put money into that.
No
either.
money spent. No money spent.
There you go. Well, in the backpack, yeah, that's spent, isn't it?
Well, you might have.
No, you already got that from
you already
school.
got a backpack from school.
Okay,
You're
so
a hippie-
yeah,
you're a
all right.
hippie who's
use,
hoarded all this
use
stuff.
your Adidas fucking backpack then that you still had in year 12 and a
But you're
2-litre
wearing with your
Coke bottle.
Adidas shoes that are going hunting.
You're good. All right, so don't spend anything else on gear. Go spend the money on a hunt or property to go hunting on.
No, you're missing one. Do you know what?
Ammo.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
feel
a
like
fucking rabbit hole in itself.
You're about to get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I'm going to get nitty-gritty. You got to buy some ammo, obviously. So, yeah, that's hard to get. If you don't know what you're doing, that's hard to get right straight off the bat without some friendly recommendation about what to be using. And it's always a bit of trial and error to get something that works for your particular rifle, because it's not a case of just your mate goes, oh, fuck yeah, buy these because they work for me, and then you put it in your rifle. It's not always going to work. Obviously, the right caliber as well would be helpful.
And they'll obviously work. They just might not be as good
They
as you
might not be as accurate. So there is a big difference in factory ammo in itself and then also what works for your individual rifle.
All right, let's presume that they've got that sorted when they went to the range.
All right,
and
well, what
zeroed their gun.
are you butchering this? Say you've actually managed to kill something. What are you butchering it with? You're taking
Just grab the kitchen knife out of your drawer and put that in your pack, in your Adidas pack that you've had since you're 12, mate. Fucker, you see where this is going?
take the bread knife. See how far you get.
Everyone's got a damn kitchen knife, don't they? So
Well, a good mate of ours actually buys a pack of fucking $2
$2
Coles
knives,
knives.
shout out Richie.
And fucking, yeah, he skins with those.
Yeah, he butchers, skins,
like in his
everything.
defense, they're sharp knives.
They're fucking sharp. And you just chuck them out when you're done.
Yeah,
It's cheap.
$2. But they don't need to buy that because they can grab one out of their drawer from home. So there you go. What are you spending the money on?
Going nowhere.
No, because we're all fucking getting into the nitty
It's all
gritty.
down to budget though, man. It's got to be different for everyone in terms of what they've already got, how much money they want to spend. It's all different.
So don't you think maybe spending the money on a guided hunt then might be a good way to go if you're using your Adidas backpack and you're using your kitchen knife and you've got glass and your rifle and your ammo?
Well, if you don't have mates who can take you, if you don't have that avenue to even just try hunting, then a guided hunt might be the way to go.
Yeah.
And then you'll probably get a bigger trophy than any of us straight off the bat, and we'll just be like, fuck you.
It's just, I guess, if you're keen doing it, it's probably the biggest thing is actually go out and do it. So regardless of how you do that, just have a crack.
Spend your money paying for fuel for a mate to take you on that 3 to 4 hour drive. Say,
That'll work.
hey man, can you take me
What
hunting?
a cheap ass mate. Just fucking get him to take you out for nothing.
Hey mate, I'll put some money towards fuel. Can you take me out?
No, mate, don't
hunting?
worry about it.
I want to try it.
You go buy yourself some boots or a fucking new kitchen knife or something. I feel like if you're going to use a mate, your mate's not going to ask for money for fuel. That's
What
fine.
if it's a work colleague that you know hunts? What if you're that hippie on the fringe of the wider working community and you're the outcast and you know one of your colleagues, he hunts. You're like, oh, I want him to take me out so I can try it. You'd be like, hi, Bob from accounts. You hunt, don't you? Do you reckon you can take me out on one of those weekends? I'll give you some money for fuel. And Bob goes, fuck off.
Yeah, I'd be like, weirdo. See ya.
Oh, it's hard, isn't it?
Here's one that we didn't cover, but we've all started out without one, I reckon, and that's an LRF,
I still don't have one.
a laser rangefinder. Yeah.
Yeah, but still don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's something you need to buy straight off the bat, but it definitely helps.
I
Because a lot of
think-
the, if you are just getting into it, your range isn't there either. So
Well, I don't
you're
think
going to be
you're gonna-
hunting within that 200 meters.
Well, I don't think you're going to have a very good judge of distance at that level and that experience. I mean, you might, I don't know. But if you don't, I would suggest getting a laser rangefinder because it will help and it will make the difference between good hit, bad hit, or a hit at all.
Well, I don't think you should go hunting on your own unless you've had a lot of time at a range. It's different when you've never hunted, never shot a gun, and you go out with a mate, and he can help you and guide you through the whole thing. You're like, all right, that's at about 250. Aim here, do this, do that. Like that's a very different experience to you've never hunted before. You bought yourself a rifle, you've put 20 rounds down a range, and then you go into a fucking state forest. And you're like, all right, there's a deer. I don't know how far away it is. I don't know where to aim. It's a bit of a different scenario. So if you're going by yourself, you've never done it before, I think you've got to spend a lot of time at a range
Definitely.
to start with.
Yeah.
That's why I just think it is just the optimum to have someone take you.
I was just thinking, people are listening to this going, they're all fucked.
No, but everyone knows.
Like,
Everyone's got
don't
to
buy a pack, don't buy a knife, don't buy boots. Just use your fucking
just do it.
yeah, Adidas pack, your fucking Nike slip-ons.
But I don't
Yeah,
think there's no
Cody's
one,
going to have a field day with this.
there's no one size fits all for everyone because everyone's had a different avenue into hunting, man. Like you got your people that grew up on farm and it's just ingrained. You've got people that have grown up in the city. They've gotten into it through mates. You've got other people who just decided one day, I want to get my own meat. We've had all these sort of guests on our podcast. and everyone's avenue to be able to get into it for the first time is very different. And I think the easiest way is 100% having someone around you wanting to share that experience and taking you along for the ride, and then you get hooked.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the case in most things in life. Like, if you say, I love the footy, right? How did I get into that? Because my old man fucking loved it, and he'd have the footy on, and then I started watching it, and he used to play footy, and then he would talk about it all the time, and then I get into it. Same with sport in general. Stop nodding your head. I know you hate cricket. Fuck off. But it's having people around you who are excited about it, and then you go, all right, what's this about? And you have that interest and you get into it.
A little bit easier with sport, though.
I don't think I've ever had a spontaneous, I want to try fucking
Spelunking.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, here's an example. I want to try being a farrier. Like, this more than likely someone around you who does it to pique your interest.
Maybe,
and they give you the avenue into it. So, yeah, I don't.
So this is quite relevant because I've had a few people ask me recently, like, how do I get into it? And I have been a little bit perplexed because just looking at these guys' profiles, I'm like, oh, what do you even say? Like, oh, you know, if they're in the same state, yeah, I'll take them out, or we'll take them out as a group. That's fine. If they're not in the same state, it's like, well, shit, man.
It's hard.
You know, just go get a club, go join a club, go get some experience behind a rifle, and start from there. Sort of like you'll find your feet once you surround, as you said, you surround yourself, you know, with
people.
like-minded people.
I hate recommending things unless I can vouch for it. Unless I can personally vouch for the fucking whatever ADA branch in whatever state someone's asking.
It is hard.
Then it's hard for me to say, all right, join this ADA branch, because they could be shit cunts. I don't know. Like, I have no idea.
But that's the thing. If they're in this state, you'd typically just be like, all right, we'll take you to the range. We'll talk you all through it.
Yeah.
Get some rounds down range. We'll move from there. Move on from there.
But then, like, you got to suss people out as well. You wouldn't just do that for anyone who reaches out. There's got to be some reasonable.
I'd check their profile out.
Yeah.
If there's no like fucking weird ass sexual kink shit, fucking I don't know. Like if they were liberal,
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'd be like yes. If they were Labor, I'd be like, oh mate, maybe not.
If they're Greens, they'd probably never ask you.
This is true.
But then again, they're probably the ones you want to take out because they're the ones working
You wanna
against
change
you.
their mind.
So
That's true. You want to, put your best foot forward and change their mind. Cash, you're probably sitting there going, I just wanted to give you a fucking list of 5 bits of equipment that I would buy. And you've gone down and just trashed this.
No, but hopefully what we're getting across is there's no one size fits all.
No,
There's no silver bullet to be like, here's what to spend your money on.
So you could, all right.
Maybe we should
put it
start
like-
a consultancy. We start an agency of like how to get into hunting. Like where you at, what's your budget, and then we can recommend. It's a case by case basis.
Yeah. Okay, it's $100 a text, $200 an email, $500 minimum for a phone call, in person $1,000 for a 2-hour meeting.
You sound way too familiar with the prices of high class escorts.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hard.
Oh,
it's
shit.
fucking hard, isn't it? Like,
Or just go buy your Vic permit, go get your gun license, get a gun, go buy your Vic Crown Land permit and fucking go.
look,
go.
if you've got no mates, do all the bare minimums.
Well, Josh was saying, like when he was out sambar hunting a month or so ago.
You're speaking about yourself in first person again, or what?
No, our mate Hainsey. Shout out, Joshy. So he was out and apparently a fella rocked up and he was hunting in his car. I don't even know if it was a full drive or not, but let's say for the story's sake, it's a fucking hatch. Rocks up, goes to go hunting, sees the boys and they were a couple hundred meters away, goes to talk to him, says, yeah, look, I'm here to hunt. It's my first time, all the rest of it. Yeah, cool, man. If you get bored, come up, we'll cook a feed for you or whatever. Yeah, cool. And the guy sleeps in his car that first night when it was snowing. You know, like no gear, no sleeping bag, no nothing. Josh was saying, like just, you know, went out hunting, went back to his car, got in the car, put the heater on, heated the car up, turned it off, and went to sleep without a sleeping bag. Like he's at least doing it. He's out there doing it. He's not the smartest way. Like that's how people die. So I wouldn't be an advocate for doing it that way. Maybe get some bushcraft skills and maybe some clothes and a sleeping bag.
Yeah, if you're staying overnight, get some basic like camping gear.
Kudos to the dude. Didn't die and was just out trying it. And I'm sure that night of freezing temperatures and snow has taught him a fucking valuable lesson for the next time.
Buy a sleeping bag.
Yeah. Maybe buy a bit lighter as well and start a fucking fire or something.
Yeah, like we have different setups of gear for the style of camping we do or the style of hunting we do as well. Like our setup for backpack hunting is different to fucking camp, like doing an ADA hunt or doing a fucking private block where we're camping next to the car or staying in shearers' quarters or whatever. Like our setups and the gear we take is different for each scenario. So you have to be able to adapt to that, and you're going to have gear that stays at home sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. You'll end up with a mountain of gear, no matter if you're starting out. If you documented your journey from when you first started to like a decade later, yeah, I hope you got room in your shed because you're going to have a whole bunch of shit.
I mean, I think it's fun upgrading. I think it's fun trying thing for a while and adapting to it, whatever, and then eventually going, I'm going to get a new one of these, and it's like a little treat, a little reward along your journey.
A little treat.
Like who wants to start off with the biggest and best and fucking most amazing thing to start with, and never buy another piece of gear? You might save money in the long run, but you miss out on that fucking little upgrade treat along the way.
No, the positive about upgrading is actually having a spare item in backup. So,
or something you can pass on to that mate who's never been hunting.
I don't know, because I feel like you're the only one that benefited from hand-me-downs and like packs because you get to sell them and make the money, and it's like, oh, okay, just fucking throw my fucking gift in your face.
You literally told me to sell that pack.
Yeah, but I didn't get anything out of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, it would have been nice. Maybe a six-pack of beer or a beer at the pub or, you know, maybe an invite to one of your murder mystery nights at dinner or some shit.
I'll pass gear on as well. I'll pass gear on to Ryan.
And that's just lost in the abyss now, bro.
Oh, dear. I don't know how that fitted in, but anyway. No, look, you pass stuff on. It's a part of it, man. So, like,
that's true.
That's the other good thing about upgrading is you always have either a spare or something you can pass on to someone else. So I think that's a good thing.
True. I'll pass on my air rifle to you.
Oh, Jesus. You made me take that. I didn't want it. I still don't want it.
Mate, there was terms and conditions with that 22 that's a piece of shit.
I mean, technically it did cost me money to transfer it into my name.
It did. $36.
I
Admin fees.
think it was like 38 actually. Anyway. Pick it up for $2.
Regardless, if you're going to get into the sport, look, it ain't going to be free, and don't think you get away with $100 and you're into it. You're going to be looking like any sort of trade or anything, buying your tools or any sort of sport. You're probably looking at a minimum in the shooting community to set up half decently. I'd say $5,000 is probably going to get you what you need.
I don't think so.
No. If you're going to buy a good pair of boots, clothes, ammo, range, club,
but then what
rifles, scopes,
$5,000.
your binos. I think you're going to be all in it for $5,000.
$5,000?
Yeah.
No.
I can understand where $5,000 is going to come from, but but you could probably get away with doing cheaper as well.
Yeah, fucking
Nah, I don't reckon. I mean, maybe if you buy a second-hand rifle, take $1,000 off of that. If you buy a second-hand scope, maybe another $1,000 off of that. So, all right, $3,000 if you do real tight Pavasi shit. But no, I still think $5,000.
This again, it's case by case. What's your budget? What's your situation? What do your mates like? All that sort of stuff.
Well, you
What
know,
sort of
just as
hunting
well
you
as I do, to drive 2 hours down the road, you're in it for $180 for fuel as a minimum. There you go, boom, $180.
2
Then your
hours
food.
down the road.
2.5 hours down the road to go hunting. Like you're going to fill up your tank, $180, whatever it is these days, to fill up diesel, your food, your piss, your ammo, just for the hunt. That's not ammo including the range time and re-zeroing or whatever, and your range membership, something that both of you don't know about because you pov asses and don't have a fucking range membership yet.
Because we've got a mate that's got a range membership. Like,
Sometimes,
Who's the smart
sometimes,
people here? Who's the smart people here?
sometimes this bloody what's it called? Inheritance, and this little fucking money tree is going to run out. Then I'll be budging off of used guys and saving my $180 a year in range fee.
then we'll just get a membership. So,
I did actually go down the path of getting a membership.
Yeah.
yeah, what happened with that?
I stopped that
Just
process.
fizzled, you know.
But
got too
like,
hard.
Dude.
I don't understand how you don't think it's going to be $5,000. You buy a Tigger T3 or Tigger, whatever the fuck the model is this year, these days.
But it's, but no, I understand.
Say
that it's gotta be
$1,400.
whatever it is,
It's
man.
brand new though.
It's got to be whatever it is. Like you don't have to go one certain way. If you go a different way, it could be vastly different.
No, but, all right, most people are going to buy a new. So let's just say new Ticker. That's run of the mill, good rifle, $1,400.
No, just go a Howard if you wanted to fucking.
Okay, so $1,200. All right, Howard, $1,200. Then you're going to get a Vortex Diamondback, cheap,
No,
reliable,
fucking
$600.
$1,200 is expensive now.
How much is a fucking Howard?
You can get like
I bought
fucking
mine for $940,
exactly.
No, you didn't.
You
Not new.
brand new from Cleavers. Yeah, shipped it down for probably about $1,000.
Yeah, Ryan's was like 800 something, bro.
Hang on, you got a new Howard?
Yeah, my 308.
How 1500?
That's
It
not
was
new.
with it.
Yes, man, they're fucking cheap.
When I-
That's why
when I
Ryan
bought it,
owns a
wasn't it?
Howard.
The 223 was secondhand, technically.
So hang
But
on, 1,500 did you say?
no, I bought the Howard 308 for $940.
The model is a 1500.
Holy
Howard
shit.
1500.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So, and then
Hey.
the scope itself was like $500.
Okay, so there you go, 1,500. Binos, 400, for argument's sake. Fucking pack,
You're struggling to
say
get the $5,000.
$150. Fucking, nah, you're getting to it. Like
Are you
100
putting
rounds,
$2,500 in here for fucking hunting
100
clothes or what?
100 rounds of ammunition for practice. Fucking
There's
$400.
your $2,500.
Fucking some clothes, some pants, and a top and some warm clothes. There's another, we'll say $500 if you go cheap ass. So we're adding up real quick.
Yeah,
Still
you
doesn't
also
reach
have to get in a
$5,000.
safe as well if you're getting into
And a
shooting.
gun safe.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
Gun safe. There you go. We'll say $500 is the cheapest for a gun safe.
This is
Bargains.
why
Probably
I'm
average.
such an advocate for try before you buy.
Hmm.
Otherwise, you will just piss money up a wall. Like, find and surround yourself with people who already do it so they can teach you some shit and you can try their stuff.
And then repay those good blokes with
Continued friendship over 30
money
years.
or some form of physical asset.
nah. Only if they're good friends.
Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
have a feeling we're flogging the dead horse with this subject.
Yeah, because
But, yeah.
literally, as I keep saying, it's case by case. You have to say to me,
It is.
hey, my name's Jim. I'm do this. I want to do this sort of hunting. And then I go, here's what I recommend, Jim. And his situation is going to be different to Jane, who comes to me and goes,
Who the fuck names a
Hi.
kid Jim? Jim's mowing.
I've moved on to Jane. Who's
Sorry,
come up,
man.
I've moved on to Jane now, who's come up to me and gone, oh, hi, Caleb. I'd like to try hunting sometime. Fucking hell, John.
Fuck. How do you know that? You fucking know how to produce that sound pretty well, don't you, Joe?
Yeah.
I think we all know how to, mate. All right.
I'm not sure how to produce it. I know what it sounds like.
Settle down.
You should have seen his mouth around the mic.
I know. How does it feel, Josh?
It's like it disappeared.
Yeah.
Do you even have a gag reflex?
Nah, it's gone. You just
Yeah,
pinch
that
your nose,
mic
mate.
was quite impressive.
You just pinch your nose and it's good. You get all the way
I've
in.
never seen an entire microphone disappear down someone's throat like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Took the bracket and all.
I don't think.
It's because your microphone's not that big, bro.
Yeah, but it's girthy. Look at it.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. Did we even answer that question? I don't know.
No, we
I
didn't.
think we did. But
No.
we come back to it.
People are going to listen to this episode that have been asking this question, and they're going to be like, "You were fucking no help whatsoever."
No.
Yeah, if you want to get into hunting, you don't know anyone, jump on socials, check someone out, get in contact with them. They'll be more than happy, I reckon, most people, to actually get someone involved in the sport.
If they're a good motherfucker.
Couchy's desperate attempt to salvage the
All right. Here's a statement, though. The three of us, if you've never hunted before and you want to get into it and you want to know how, then talk to us and we will assess your situation. You can lay it out for us and then we can find an avenue for you.
We're the hunting broker.
Yeah, we are huntingbrokers.com.au.
Oh, fuck.
We will pimp out the services of people we know in our network.
fucking hell.
Fuck, we know enough people around the place, though, to go, all right, say they go fucking, I'm in, I don't know, Mansfield and I want to get into hunting. Well, how on earth you haven't already done it is beyond me. But, all right,
I feel like you're throwing
example.
a lot of people under the bus right now, bro.
Better example. I don't know. I live in fucking Clare in South Australia. I've never hunted before. I don't want to get into it. Then we'd have some more discussion and we'd work out a plan for how
My
to get
first
the person into it.
question would be like, "Oh, you live in Clare. So, do you have any uncles and aunties with property?"
Yeah, how can I use you to get on property?
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. Fucking reach out and talk to us.
I'll show you how to do it if you give me a property to shoot on.
Oh, it's a slippery slope.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. We've had to do this unedited tonight, so it is just.
Oh, look, it wouldn't have been much better edited. Don't worry.
Yeah, probably
You
not.
just would have heard a few less ums and ahs and weird pauses and
Maybe
toilet breaks.
less digressions. Or
Yeah.
edited digressions to make it seem like.
Anyway, it's all been good fun and yeah, hopefully educational.
Hopefully. Look, just get out there, get amongst dudes, try it. Fucking it's great. That's all I can say.
Get out there, get amongst dudes, Josh.
Yeah.
That sounds really
Get
good.
amongst dudes. You always got to go down the sexual route, don't you?
Because everything you say sounds like it. Get into it, dude. Get up one. Get in one, get around one. Get in one, get out one.
Lick one.
Lick
Do whatever
one.
you want.
Fucking lick it, do it.
Can Couchy hear that, Q? Because he's just going to come in with like, oh, next topic.
No. He knows we're wrapping up. He can hear the music, even though he's in fucking Queensland.
All right,
Can't
all
hear
you,
music, but anyway, continue.
all right, all you good motherfuckers. Have a fucking awesome week. That's it from us at Send It Mate podcast. We apologise for putting you through the dribble.
No, we don't. Send your
You
complaints.
do
in.
it every week. Yeah.
If you have
I love
complaints, send it to Caleb at gmail.com and he will answer promptly. I didn't give you a real.
Sorry to
Gmail
anyone
email.
whose actual email address is caleb@gmail.com. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
See you later. Dead set, you got to come up with a better than catch you. We've done that to death. You've got to do just something better than catch you.
We're still recording, Josh.
Yeah, I know. I've seen your finger not press it. So.
All right, my finger's pressing it. See you later.
G'day, dude and dudettes. Josh here. Do you find it hard to keep your long, hard barrels free from gun STDs? Maybe you need a clean out of your bore. If this is you, jump on over to highcaliber.com.au and use the promo code SENDITMATE to receive a 10% discount on all your gun cleaning needs. And remember, it's sexy to support Australian-made products. Everyone here at Send It Mate uses High Caliber, and we can promise you that it'll keep your firearms free from those pesky gun STDs.